Greatness Beyond Measure is leading teen talent development in the arts. Now, in its 11th year, this community-based organization exposes youth to tools of the creative trades. Their musicians and digital artists meet idol standards by many measures. They're creative and typically academically gifted as well. Manatee and Sarasota County students anxiously await the annual GBM summer program, and now's the time to register. Joining us today to talk about why the program is attracting students from around the state, Melanie Thomas, founder of Greatness Beyond Measure, and Amani Barnett, chairman of the Teen Summer Program. Welcome to Black Almanac. I'm Renee James Gilmore. We're back in a moment. Welcome to Black Almanac, and welcome guest.
Thank you.
Although this is your 11th year, so it's hardly a guest at this point. You've got almost a permanent seat at the table.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Have one.
Melanie, thank you for joining us today. We're delighted to have you as the founder of this program, Greatness Beyond Measure, and you have brought with you today some very fine people who have a lot to say about teen talent development and how they're contributing. So thank you all for joining us. Why don't you introduce who you've brought with us?
All right. To my right, I have the wonderful Miss Imani Barnett.
And Amani, you are the chairperson for this summer's program.
Yes, I'm the GBM Teen Chair this year.
Thank you. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And you?
My left. Nearda LaFonte with Funducation.
And you are not back for the first time with this organization. You have been participating and bringing your talents for quite a while now. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Well, I know many of our audience already know a little bit about the program. Students look forward to this program every single year. It's unbelievable to think that this is year 11.
Pretty amazing.
But congratulations, and it's grown exponentially because of what you all are doing.
Thank you.
I'm happy to meet Amani today because we haven't had the pleasure of meeting before, but I assume that it's got to be because of talent like yours, Amani, that this program is just growing. Absolutely. I know you have people, obviously your core students are from Sarasota and Manatee County, but I know it's not unusual for you to have people to come from Tampa and other areas. Amani, why don't you tell us why this program is really, really so strong for students who are interested in digital media, being musicians and that kind of thing?
I think it's a really important program because we give students a space where they can come together and cultivate their leadership skills, and also give them a space where they can showcase their talents and meet other people in their age group that are just like them, and have a place to not only showcase their talents but move forward in their talents and whatever it is that they'd like to do.
And the talent that you bring to the table, how did you get involved? Why were you recruited?
When I was about 12 or 13, I joined the GBM Teen Council, and I began working as a leader with GBM and learning how to lead the council and influence GBM with my different ideas on how to better shape the GBM program to fit people around my age group at the time.
Well, there's a lot going on beginning July 26th. You've got a full lineup planned, so I'd like for our audience to see that first lineup, the weekend calendar. And while they're pulling up that weekend calendar, why don't you tell us a little bit, if you would please, Ms. Thomas, about how this calendar came to be. You've got a lot going on. If you could just quickly run through it for us and tell us why these particular components.
The components are there because we reach out to a diverse group of young people, but not only young people, the parents, the auntie, the grandma, the uncle, they all come too, and that's what we want. That's what GBM has helped to build a diverse audience as well as participants from not just the Tampa Bay area, but we have some coming from as far as Chicago, from Dallas, from LA, from Atlanta, all throughout, and that's what we want because the message of greatness beyond measure and the empowerment that comes with it is not just for one little small group. It can go anywhere in the world. Our message is simple. It's
Empowerment for life, believe it, achieve it, ignite the genius within.
Make the genius within. I
That's
love
right.
that. And speaking of genius,
Thank you.
you are the CEO of an organization, of your own organization, your
Yes.
own company,
Yeah.
that's founded in tech, making tech fun.
Yeah.
I take it hence the name,
Yeah.
but making tech fun. So when you hear your colleagues talking about students coming from as far as Atlanta and Chicago to be in a program that you were a partner in, tell me, what do you think about that?
I think that's absolutely fantastic, because one of the key things that we need to do is reach more kids. We can't make our efforts local anymore. They have to be concentrated, but to a broad audience. So when you have an opportunity like this to partner with a community organization, to bring the kids out, to bring the grannies, the aunties, everyone out to deliver the message of fun tech, which is educating our kids on STEAM fields, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. You want to take advantage of those opportunities and hope you're planting a seed for those kids to go into those professions.
You know, we have a couple of pictures to show, and those pictures show how diverse your audience is, the audience that you're attracting. You've got, as you said, the grannies and the aunties, and everybody's coming out to bring their kids into Embrace, which is one of the wonderful things about this program. You are a community-based organization. Greatness Beyond Measure is a community-based organization, primarily serving students here in Manatee County and Sarasota County, but the reach is broad.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I have to tell you, I think we should take a moment of pride to say that when we can get people to come from Atlanta with the rich resources they have in Atlanta, to think
Absolutely.
that students and parents and aunties and grandmas come from Atlanta and Chicago to attend this program. I
Yes.
think that's saying a great deal about the richness of this program.
Thank you. Yes.
So, one of the things that you have going on is you have students who are musicians, obviously. I want to play for us one of the videos that you sent me of one of the groups that's here locally, right? Tell us about that group, if you would, please, before we play it. And that is going to be our Craig Lewis Band live. And I understand that they are back by demand for
That's
you.
right. Craig Lewis, they're actually out of New York/Atlanta. But you have some of our GBM idols who are our background vocals. We used to, when we started some years ago, bring in other singers to sing with them, and I thought, no, we've got I believe, some of the world's most incredible singers right in our midst. So we started some years ago, actually letting our artists here perform with the other whatever celebrity guests we bring in. So they become the vocalists, and gives them a platform, a spotlight, and a chance to enhance what they're doing. So
And
you'll
that's
see
the core of your
that's the
program
core
as
of
a
it.
community-based
Absolutely.
organization, having our local
That's right.
talented
That's right.
exposed to
Absolutely.
the community, exposed to the world, if you will,
That's
because
right.
obviously what you all are doing with the technology that you have access to and that you're implementing means that the world can see the talent that we have
Absolutely.
right here on the Sun Coast.
Absolutely.
So we're
And
gonna-
just one of our past GBM idol, well, the idols are a part of the idol competition that we have each year. And so the best of those who compete, we call them our idols, teen idols. But now we have young adult idols. So just recently, one of our idols from this community, Mark Dortch, a mother sent me information and said Mark's video, he sung at his brother's wedding, Justin Dortch. Just this weekend, his video just went viral. He had 1 million+ hits.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he's been trying to do that for years, and he did it, and we're just really thankful for that. So, again, you'll get a chance to see some of these incredible young people as artists, performers, as the next generation of techies, all here in full bloom, and entrepreneurs.
Well, this is the power of community-based
Absolutely.
organizations. So let's play that video, please, of the Craig Lewis Band live with our local artist.
Yes.
It's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Yeah. without a woman.
I think James Brown would be proud.
I think so.
It's a man's world, but nothing
world.
without a woman. Speaking of women,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me, why did you found your organization? Tell us about Funducation and why you started it.
Thank you. We wanted to find Funducation so that we could reach kids in STEAM education. We need to fulfill or refill those fields as they grow in the future. So we want to expose, engage, and hopefully inspire kids to go into those fields. And by partnering with Greatness Beyond Measure, we have that opportunity by trying to build a robotics league, a Lego Robotics League for that organization.
Now tell us about what is a Lego Robotics League.
So
some
Lego-
of us aunties and grannies may not know what that is. Tell
Okay,
us
so
about
I'm
that.
hoping the aunties and grannies know Legos. But what if
That
now,
we know.
Exactly. So now this is a pipeline or a program to introduce kids to coding and building. So the Lego Robotics team is where kids get a real world challenge in which they then have to build and code a model and then do a presentation about what they learned over the season.
Now, when you say code a model, that sounds pretty highbrow. What does that mean?
It is highbrow, and that's why I want to teach it to our kids. We want for the kids to, Legos typically they don't move. So by coding them, we're teaching the kids how to speak to their Legos so that they can create a moving element in their model.
And these kind of things you're getting right inside this program over the weekend, some exposure to that.
Yes.
Yes.
How often do your students come, let's say particularly the younger ones, because what age group is this that you're talking about?
That's starting at age 6.
This is a starting at
Starting
age
at
six.
six.
Yeah, I'd get them in the womb if I could. But we'll start with 6. Yeah, we'll start with 6.
So many of the students that come, your typical student shows up, have they had this kind of coding experience before?
Not always, very seldom actually, because and the reason why my friend here has been such an incredible blessing as a partner is because, she's an engineer, and I like that she's bringing those skills and talents to our young people. And there's a huge digital divide that's
Yes.
occurring now, and if we don't do something proactively about it, then our neighborhoods get left behind. Sure, they get some of it in school, but not to, what's an hour of coding a week or whatever, but not to the extent that we're trying to take it to. And that's why we want to start FunTech with providing hands-on experience with our young people, regardless of the age, with the latest in virtual reality, mixed reality, augmented reality, drone technology, the Lego Robotics, and that's where Ringling College has also been a tremendous partner as well, and Microsoft, in that we're all pooling, and then we have a new young man who you'll meet later, Eddie, who's also coming to be a part of that partnership, because we see the need, and we see the need that needs to be filled. And if we can help just, again, ignite that genius that's already there.
Right.
And like she said, there's some other people come while they're in the womb, they're learning. We don't always get that opportunity. So we thought, hey, let's start now. They can be 2 years old. If you notice how well a young person, a baby, can navigate a phone.
Amazing.
A phone,
We
then
have
you
we
understand
have
it's
one
easy to
image that I
do.
want to pull up of students with an iPad. I think it's called FunTech Parents and Students. But yeah, I saw that you have students that look like they may be 5 years old,
Yeah.
certainly
Take 'em.
younger than 6.
We'll take
Yeah.
'em.
They're
Plant the seed.
registering and they're there at this program.
Yes, because what happens is, although GBM traditionally has catered to teens 12 to 19, they're bringing their siblings and their
Exactly.
cousins, and the aunties are bringing their kids and maybe the babysitter wants to come, and
Bring
so and that's what we want.
And this is
You
all
know.
like bringing the whole community along with you. It's not
Exactly.
just
It's a
I'm
village.
focused on me.
No.
It's bringing the
Exactly.
whole
Yes,
village.
it takes
Exactly.
a village. It takes a village.
Exactly.
So July 26th is when it gets started, and you have several events going on,
Yes.
which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. Miss Amani, tell us why you're so excited about the program that you have helped build this summer, because this is really the core. You're the brains of this operation this year.
Thank you. I'm excited to see all of the new things that we've integrated into GBM, like all of the technology opportunities. And overall, I'm really just enthusiastic to see kids of all different backgrounds getting exposed to different things that they might not always have access to otherwise.
And that makes a big difference. We talk on Black Almanac about exposure, and it sounds like you all are affirming that exposure
Absolutely.
means a lot.
Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
So students will come, they'll spend the weekend with you. Does the program go on only during the summer? What
Oh, no.
happens throughout the rest of the year?
Throughout the rest of the year, GBM facilitates and produces about 8 different events throughout the year.
Many of them are held at Ringling College.
Many are held at Ringling College, at Robert L. Tiller. The city is also one of our partners, so they give us or are there to help us. So we embrace Robert L. Tiller as part of that. But there's just no limit, and GBM is an empowerment and mentoring organization. So those 8 events are not just events. What we're trying to do is create experiences that enhance, that empower, that enrich, that help to wake up again that entrepreneur spirit, etc., that make them want to keep coming back. And that's been what's helped us to sustain for all these years, because we didn't want to create an event that they just remember on Monday. We wanted an event that was more of an experience that can take them and be life-changing. And 50 years from now, they remember, I was at GBM and such happened, or I met, incredible people, and that impact is lasting and life-changing. And that goes back to our empowerment, to our mission. As Imani said, empowerment for life.
Well,
Believe it, achieve it, ignite the genius.
Well, talking about igniting the genius, you have talked about, before we started, you have one student that just graduated this weekend past, just graduated, and he is not just a creative genius, he's also going into the sciences, which I'm sure you're very delighted about.
Excited.
We are going to play a video of Mr. Jordan Bowles. So audience, remember that name, because
That's right.
this gentleman is not just a musician, he's also a scientist. He may be saving our lives
That's
one day
right.
because he's going into the field of medicine, right?
Biomedical engineering at UCF, graduated with honors from St. Pete. He's one of our GBM idols, and been with GBM now for about 3 years and doing phenomenal things. So very happy he said he chose UCF, although he had several
University
other
of Central Florida. Could have gone anywhere, but
he said he
he's
had
staying
several
here in
others, but
Florida.
he wanted to stay close to the group.
Well, we are going to play a video that shows us a little bit about his life, and we're so delighted that we've got graduates that, we're not just training, but we're coming out with a purpose. Thank you for joining us. When we come back, we're going to have another gentleman who's part of this magnificent program here. So let's see a little bit about Jordan Bowles.
You feel like now it feels too fast. You think it need to be slower? Huh? You think? Okay. Do you feel like it needs to be slower? Cause that's gonna be, cause when we get to the, because it need to be slow enough to make that work. That, because it's gonna be, okay. How? Was I playing off? Cause I. We just gotta be. Do we need to slow it down? Cause it's just gonna be. It's not gonna. Cause it's not gonna be good if we're slowing up and speeding down. You feel me? Okay.
Well, welcome back. So, thank you for joining us on this second segment,
Thanks for
Mr.
having me.
Washington.
Thank you for having me.
It's so glad to have you here. So you are a partner. You're also facilitating some of these sessions as part of the Greatness Beyond Measure
Fun Tech.
weekend. Fun Tech, exactly. So welcome. You are an entrepreneur,
Yes, ma'am.
and your core work really has to do with technology and making it fun. And so you have a company, a lounge, a video lounge where students can come, anybody can come, right?
Correct,
And pay.
yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I started Who's Next Gaming Lounge. What it is basically about socializing. That's the biggest key for it, is just getting back people to socializing with each other. I met Miss Melanie and partnered with her with Fun Tech, and a great opportunity for me to get in the community aspect of Sarasota, to just show them the things that we have to offer in a sense. I'll be doing demonstrations with virtual reality and things like that on the Fun Tech on the 27th.
Of July.
Of July. And again, just having that communication and everybody networking together to have the same common goal. Everybody plays video games. Kids usually, they go in their rooms or they get out of school, they lock themselves in a room and play video games. Well, I have an establishment at Who's Next Gaming Lounge where they can do that. They can play video games, but just socialize among each other and share the common goal of playing video games. So that's what my lounge is for. I have 20 stations from Xboxes, PlayStations, Nintendo Switches, the virtual reality.
Well, you know what? Instead of you just telling us, we have a quick little video to show. Let's show that video of your lounge.
All right.
Why don't we do that?
Thank you.
It is happening.
1355 Boulevard of the Yards, right down in the Rosemary District, right off of 41. So
How appropriate that it's within, on Boulevard of the Arts, right? So
Exactly.
close to what we're already talking about. One of the things that I understand goes on with your organization is a lot of collaboration.
Yes.
Why did you decide that you wanted to collaborate with Greatness Beyond Measure?
again, it goes back to tying into just that community aspect. I'm not from Sarasota, I'm from Bradenton. I worked in Sarasota for Winn-Dixie for a little bit, and but some of the aspects of Sarasota I'm not familiar with. So when I met Miss Melanie, it was a great opportunity for me to get familiar with the community. I met Nate Jacobs with his Black Theater troupe, and that was an amazing sponsorship with him as well. Just helping me help them really get the word out on you can have fun and play video games and still be developed in the community to have those things, from the Boys and Girls Club coming to my establishment to have field trips set up, to the blood drive bank doing their situated with them. So again, just all about community and aspects and just having great opportunities to present some of the things that I have with Greatness Beyond Measure, and just trying to further my partnership with them to see more that I can do with them to help them out as well too.
Well, it's a wonderful thing that you're doing. So
Thank
much
you.
going on. Why don't we pull up a closing slide so that people can see this last note of how to register,
Okay.
get information, because lots of folks are going to want to come. So let's pull up that slide to show people how they can call or email you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
They can also register on the website.
And they can register on the website. So wonderful to have the opportunity to talk about what's going on here, and so proud we are to have people from all over the country, if you will,
Yes.
coming here to meet people like you, Mr. Washington, like you, Miss Amani. Thank you for all you're doing. We'll be back next week. Make sure you go online and check out Greatness Beyond Measure and get your students signed up. Thank you for joining us, Suncoast. I'm Renee James Gilmore.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. The Center for Medicare Services has officially authorized new benefits Medicare Advantage plans may include. Plans may now include private home aids and rides to medical appointments. Most plans also include dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage. To get the benefits you deserve, call the Medicare Coverage Helpline now.
Hi, I'm Joe Namath. I called the Medicare Coverage Helpline, and they instantly advised me that I wasn't getting all the benefits I deserve. They explained I could get a plan that includes dental and prescription coverage, as well as the new coverage for private home aids and rides to medical appointments. If you want to find out what you deserve, call the number on your screen now. It's free. You'll be happy you called, I guarantee it.
Call to see if you can save money and get more benefits now. Don't delay. Call now. It's free. Call 1-800-893-1207. That's 1-800-893-1207 now.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on